Hey guys, it's Hannah, founder and CEO of TOO.BADASS branding agency, and today we're checking Berezhna branding case. Now this video would be useful for you if you are planning on doing branding, UI, UX, product design, web design, or any other graphic assets for your app, and especially in fintech niche in the future, because that's a niche we're going to be focusing on. So if you're interested in branding for the app, this case is specifically for you for inspiration, for understanding how things are working. First, you have to figure out why do you need a brand, right? Let's assume you want to build a branding for your app. Why do you need one? Everyone tells you you kind of have to do that. Why? First, for your ego. So it sounds cool to say that you have a business, you have a brand. So yeah, it's like a joke. But the serious reason would be it multiplies the value of your product. So you can sell the same t-shirt for 10x the price, like Acne Studio t-shirt. The third reason, you build a community. Community is a group of people that would come back to you because of the value you're providing, not because of the price. You obviously can compete on either price or value. And on price, you can compete up to 0 and then below 0, which is not profitable. Then why do the business at all? And on value, you can compete infinitely. There is no ceiling. So the community lets you compete on the brand, lets you compete on value, which creates community of people who come back, and you get more money out of repeated sales, which is feature number 4. Or check out the video that I'm showing you right now on the YouTube that I did on fully explaining why you need a brand. Now we figured out that you need a brand. What is a brand? There are so many people on the internet who are telling that it's a logo, it's a picture, it's a design, it's a social media strategy or video, I don't know. Whatever bullshit you see out there, it's not it. And there was a research that was done not by me, but by Alex Ramosi, and he discovered around 8 definitions on the internet of what is a brand. And they are all vague and unclear, and I liked maybe the first and the 8th one here, like a gut feeling or software, but they're still not clear enough. And the things that are too sophisticated, too complicated, too unclear, it's really hard to make a definition simple. And that's what Alex did here, and he said that brand is deliberate pairing of things through an outcome. It means that you have your product and you pair it with something that your target audience loves and that serves your goal, and you get a great outcome. And that's what I'm trying to explain on this slide. So since brand is a pairing of things, it means that we have to pair our brand with the right thing. And how do you figure out how to do that? Obviously, you can figure that out intuitively. If you want a book lovers cafe, you organize book events. Family cafe, add room for children. IT cafe, invite IT bloggers, do conferences in the town. Romantic restaurant, you invite famous couples for romantic evenings. Now, bad examples would be you want to do a romantic restaurant and you allow in loud parties, or remove alcohol, or open too early or close too early, add dishes with garlic, or invite people who are famous for divorce or scandals and so on. So it's intuitively obvious that you have to pair your brand product with things that are good for it, but it's really hard, in fact, to figure out which things are good and which things are not, and how to eliminate the wrong stuff. I'm blabbing about all this stuff. We figured out that this video is going to be about the branding case. We know why you need a brand: to basically earn more money. Through earning more money, you are able to provide a higher quality product, and through that you're able to help either more people or to help people in a better way with your business. And now we're figuring out how to do that through learning what is a brand. It's a pairing of things, and now we have to figure out with what things we should be pairing our brand. For that, we'll start understanding what our brand is. Yeah, here I say that to know with what to pair your brand, you have to define your product, define target audience, your goal, and then make a list of brand pairings and target audience would love and that would serve your goal. For that, we start working with our clients with a discovery call. Yeah, we sign the contract, we agree on everything, and we hop on the call, which would last over 1 hour. And we would ask you a tremendous amount of questions to understand everything. It's like a date with a girl that wants to know everything about you, who wants to know all your childhood traumas and all your story and all everything about you. That's what we're trying to do with a product and with a client on the first call. We understand what is a product, the problem it solves, emotional benefits, and rational features. These are different things, by the way. I'll explain that later. The sound and voice, look and feel, target audience, brand pairings. We kind of discuss them with the client and your main competitors. Now, as to branding essentials, this is the first step, the first chapter we have in working on branding. And there are ultimately 4 chapters. Number 1 is branding essentials, then product design, then website design and development, and branding non-essentials. We start with branding essentials, which are naming, logo, color system, typography, mascots, illustrations, and other graphic assets, and a simple brand book. Why we need that? We need that to understand what our brand is. So we define the sound and voice, the look and feel, like we feel it out. We are testing things out and we come up with the core elements of branding. Let's put it this way. The second step would be product design. Product design here includes research, obviously. Then we do the user flow, which are the logical flows of how users go through app. And then we do wireframes, low fidelity, high fidelity, and finally the design, UI and UX part, with animation, with prototypes, with clickable elements. So we are working on branding for apps, and soon we will niche down solely on fintech apps. It means that in order to have a product, in order for product to exist, we need the interface. That's what product design here is. So we came up with a name, with a logo in branding essentials. Then we do the core product in product design. And on the third step, we do the website design and development. Basically, a landing page or a bigger website for promoting the product and for marketing. And the fourth step would be branding again, but non-essentials. Such things that are not urgent, that can be done at the end, but they are important to make a brand premium, like merchandise, business cards, pitch deck design or presentations, or email templates, social media templates. There are no premium brands in the world that do not have email templates or newsletter, right? They do not have pitch decks or presentations or banners, billboards, etc. So it's important. And it's part of a branding, but we moved it to the end, and we'll check it today in Baby Resume at the end, just because it's not the thing what we should be waiting for before the development, right? So we do the logo, we do the product, and this product goes to the development, and then we do the website, design and development, and branding non-essentials. I explained how it goes, our processes in working on the brand. Let's check out the branding essentials. So the Baby Resume, branding essentials. In order to come up with a name, you have to understand what this product is. And here, I'll be honest, we didn't come up with a name. Our client already had a name, and it was pretty clear, Baby Resume, because this app would create resumes for babies. It was obvious, straightforward. It was already registered as an LLC in US, so we did nothing here. Instead, we just started to understand what are the features, what the users get out of it, what is it. So it's an innovative or modern app that captures, saves, and shares baby's life in 5 categories, which are health, skills, experience, relations, and interests. It covers most aspects of the baby life. Then here I won't read the long text, but it says that what is the goal of this product? What for does it exist? How are we reaching this goal? Like functional instruments or tools, and what do we get as a result? It's a resume. So here, what for? Like we want to bring up a healthy baby that would be like future of our planet, of our Earth. We want to build a connection with our family. We want to save memories that are really sacred. How are we doing that? Through the app, because the app connects people. It's family, it's private, it's updated automatically, it saves all the memories together. Like there are many features, we'll check it soon. And the result, we have a resume, like a baby book, but it's online, it's in the app, it's much more mobile and much more convenient, and it takes far less time than the baby book. Emotional benefits. Now, I'll tell you the difference between emotional benefits and rational benefits and why do you need them. You need to understand what are your emotional and rational benefits and features to communicate them properly. It's like knowing your strong and weak sides as a person. If you, again, this reference, if you go on a date and you know that you are good looking but not that smart, you want to play and put emphasis on your best side, which is good looking, and you'll perhaps try to express that more than your intellectual abilities. And same here, you want to play on your emotional benefits. Whether you call it manipulation, I don't know, but that's what creates the connection with the user, with your client. And the difference now between emotional and rational benefits. Emotional things, I'll give you a situation instead. Let's say you go for shopping and you see a cup, and this cup is so nice. It has I don't know, some type of flower, like tulip flowers all over it. And it's so sentimental, and you remember that tulip is your favorite flower, and your dad used to give you tulips when you were a baby, and it's so sentimental and emotionally connected to this cup, and you are so in it. You love it. So you buy it on emotions. You buy the cup. Then you come home and you're like, God, I have so many cups in my house. Like, I don't need this one. And this one, it was an impulsive decision. I don't need that. And then you rationalize it. Sorry. All right, so this one is bigger than others, so it would serve great for my latte in the morning. And you rationalize your decision. Now, you might make a quick decision of purchase through emotion, through emotional benefits, through emotional connection. That's what works in the first instance. When you look at the person, you get a intuitive feeling, emotional feeling. You're not rational at the first interaction with the product. And then through time, rational features make you stay with the brand, stay with the company, because this product is actually that cup was of a good size. It was really convenient. It's easy to wash. It's beautiful. It's strong. When you drop it on the floor, it won't break that easily. The rational features come into play. And that's why it's important to differentiate between emotional and rational things. So, emotional benefits of our app is being sure you're growing baby the right way and securing their future, bringing your family closer with all the updates, feeling as a good parent because it makes it easy to remember every detail, and pride in sharing your child's story with the loved ones. Now, rational benefits here. Simple event login with text, photos, and videos, auto-generated shareable baby resume, share milestones with family and friends securely, and reminders so parents never miss recording key moments. Now, in branding and in advertisement, you should focus on emotional benefits. If you make an ad and you say, oh, our login system is so great, it's so fast and so easy that you'll spend 2 seconds less logging in your memories than on other apps. It sounds stupid. You've never seen ad like that. In ad, you'll see something like, are you missing your family members? Are you missing your kids while you're at work? Like, get this app and it'll keep your memories that baby closer to you, and you'll be closer with your family because they will know more about your baby and they will know what presents to give to your baby on their birthday. That's what go in the ad. And rational features, only business owners or like people who build the app would care about rational features, only because they spend so much time, effort, and money building those rational features that they care about them a lot. And they'll brag about these rational features, but no one else cares about your rational features. It's good to have them. It's really important to have high level and quality product, but emotional benefits come first. Done with that. Next thing, sound and voice. Why is it important? Everyone is talking about this sound and voice and look and feel, and what a vague, unclear thing. So here I have an example of, if you do not know how to define a sound and voice for your brand, here is an example. You can choose between whether it's chill or formal, conventional or rebellious, fun or serious, classic or innovational, community-oriented or business-oriented, right? It's important. It's like you're creating a character. You're creating an avatar for your business. You're creating a new person. When this person comes in the room, how would they behave? Would they be fun and singing a song and making everyone laugh? Would they act like a clown? Would they be with their chin up high and they would be so like important and, I don't know, like a powerful person who'd require respect from others in a slow formal motion like a boss? Or would it be a flirty young lady? The words that you're using, every sentence, it matters. And lately, that's the thing that I noticed that I hate. Big companies, they're trying to sell you products and they're trying to be relatable and make contents through bloggers and stuff and write comments. But often I see this ChatGPT written copy or basic words that mean nothing. Like, there are structures that are typical for ChatGPT and I hate them. It's not about being important. It's about silence, power of silence. I don't know. I just made this stupid thing up, but the words that I used were structure and phrases of ChatGPT. They are so popular that everyone uses them. I'm sick of them, I'm telling you. And people can feel that. I can guarantee you that AI generated videos or ChatGPT generated copy won't work that well as real human words that are written by you, that have meaning put in them, that would connect with your audience. If you're struggling to define what is a sound and voice, you aren't clear whether you should go for formal or informal, or be so chill and close, or be a respectable expert, I would use the trick of eliminating. So instead of choosing just one thing, you have to remove the things that you're not. And that would leave you with the adjectives of sound and voice that would be, good enough. Look and feel. Colorful, bright, playful, modern, childish, clean, clear lines, positive, rounded edges. Simple. What role do we play in users' life? We define this thing to know how to talk to the person. It's as if you're an undercover agent person and you're trying to get closer with someone, with your potential user, with a client. And for that, you have to know what's your role. Here we act at the Baby Resume. We act as a mom friend who has a bit older kids who've grown up, but you're still a friend. So you are able to give a piece of advice, but not in a teaching, not in a professor expert way, not in a rude way. It's important to understand because some bloggers, I don't know, people who create videos, right? Some choose to be an expert and teach, like teach to the camera and just tell their dogmas and lessons. And not many people respond to that. If we are talking about baby resume, like if I'll turn on the camera and I'll start teaching moms how to live their life, like no one would care about me because that would be silly. I cannot teach this mom content. It's not the niche. Yeah, if I were a surgeon, some not a chiropractor, that's a stupid word, dermatologist, and I had a license and I had experience and practice, obviously I can teach people how to take care of their skin better because I am the expert here. But if we're talking about momhood, bro, you can't teach them. And you can't be too friendly and too joking because you need to give a bit of value to the community. You need to make moms feel okay, cared for, help them out, but in a friendly way. So that's why you choose the role. Target audience. So people have really different backgrounds in being a parent. It can be a mom or a dad. It can be a single parent or a whole family. It can be a rich and a poor, and very different criteria. We're testing this out. But mostly it's people from 25 to 40, and they have small baby under 3 years old. As to brand pairings, these are the suggested first ideas that we had as to what to pair a brand with, such as baby products, diapers, strollers, toys, parenting communities, and so on. You can see on the screen. The slogan. The slogan was created by the founder of the app, Qualified for Life. It means that every milestone or event your baby reaches becomes part of their life's resume, and the app is just a tool to prove how baby is qualified for life, because we are all qualified. Resume would be a proof, a good proof that won't get lost, won't be forgotten. And as well, while defining the target audience, we interviewed some moms, and we asked them what they say, think, do, and feel, which is the empathy map. And this way we were able to figure out the features that are important in the app for our parents. Now, the analyzing part is over, and through knowing what is our sound and voice and look and feel and the name and the slogan and so on, we can finally come up with a brand concept, with an idea. And at first, when you sit down and you have a white paper, it's unclear how you should do that, how to approach it. So I started with various ideas like Froggy or Mr. Crumpet, because like Froggy, I don't know, it was random, pretty random. And also our client at the time had other agencies or companies, and they also had different ideas. I forgot what those were, maybe some rabbits or some animals that would act as a mascot for this baby app. So Froggy was one of them, and you see in this small picture, like I was trying to draw different shapes and different animals. Mr. Crumpet, it was a way of putting a resume in a bit more creative way. So obviously our client had already tried drawing some of the logos and mascots, and one of them was Mr. Resume, or like just a piece of paper with legs and arms, and that would be the mascot. But I thought it's too 2000 like 2000 era with Mr. Clippy on the Microsoft Word, or it's too old. It's too out of date. So I was like, okay, if we take the paper, let's make it crumpled. But it wasn't that. So these ideas weren't good enough. Time was ticking, so I pulled out the trick. At the time, I was watching Office, if I'll be honest. I was watching The Office with Michael Scott and so on. And I sat there after watching the whole series, all of the seasons, and I was like, God, those authors of the scenario, I don't know, like script writers, how they are called, they are such genius people because they were able to create such different characters, and all the characters are really interesting and they have their own tricks and personalities, and they are all kind of positive and they have their quirks, and it's interesting. It's interesting combination of group of people. So I had a thought, what if I make not one mascot? What if I make many mascots? Like, why not? Because, well, the reason was also I couldn't choose one. I had problem choosing this, so I'm like, yeah, let's do several of them and let's maybe choose later on. And then they all turned out to be good. And I'm like, it takes a village to raise a kid. Why don't we make several characters? And I felt like a screenwriter of a famous show, and I just started drawing them. And here you see different options of their faces, or I don't know. I was trying hard. So it takes a big team to teach a baby new skills and help parents keep it all organized. Why focus on one mascot if we can create a whole family? And then we experimented more, and we were working so long on choosing the colors and shapes and whether they should have glasses or not glasses, or hats or mustache, and so on, until we got the result. And I'm going to show you. So these are the initial look of our mascots, and that's how we started. And they had different names. You can see that on the screen. And this is the final look of our mascots, the boss, nurse, and you see the Michael Scott references. The reference was saved, which I'm glad. I can tell you a bit of them. So boss here is the main character. He is serious and strong, but he's so loving. He's like a granddad of a family. He loves baby the most, but he wants to follow the plan, to be organized, check all the boxes and have a resume and have it all organized. Nurse, she's just caring, and she cares the most about health of a baby. Now coach, he's a bit young and full of energy and proud, and he loves checking baby skills like holding your head, or crawling, or rolling over, sitting up, and so on, like achievements. Miles, it's small, curious researcher who's curious about this planet, and he wants to learn new exciting things, like go on a first car drive, or on a first car wash, or first trip to the zoo, or first trip to the nature, hiking, or whatever you can think of. First flight. Lovey, she is loving aunt that is just cares about family, about keeping everyone well fed, and hugging people and making sure that they are emotionally stable. So that's the relationship part. And Scout, that's the guy who researches babies' interests, like babies' favorite books and music, or activities, games, playdates, and so on. And that's the group of mascots that we created here. Now, the colors. Obviously, each mascot comes with its own color, and for design we needed different shades and different illustrations, and that's why we created different colors for each mascot and different scenarios and illustrations. It's pretty adorable. I like this part. This is the typography part, the fonts we use for heading and body copy, Fridoka 1 and Gabarito, and some stickers and illustrations. So these are the things that we used on merchandise, social media, cards in the app, and so on. You can see it just looks cute. I wanted to show that to you. And illustrations, the stickers you see, and decoration elements, they are implemented in the imagery as well, and I love the baby look of it. This is the logo. It was not designed by us. I wanted to give credit to the author, to the creator of this logo, but unfortunately I don't know the name, so we'll just say that the founders of Baby Resume already had the logo, and we just wrote a bit of rules as to the logo spacing, the colors, minimum print size, and so on. Here we use the rule of if it's not broke, don't fix it. We tried generating different logos, but that's the one that fit the most with different colored mascots and the style of our app. So if it's not broke, don't fix that and don't waste your time. Now we come to the second part of our product, of our branding project, which is product design. So obviously here you see we've started drawing stuff and wireframes that were low fidelity. We started with a user flow and then with these wireframes that were low fidelity here and high fidelity here. And then it came down to these sets of flows that I'll be showing you that are high, like a bit more detailed. So this is the intro to the app, the kind of onboarding with where we introduce different mascots and get sign up or log in. We create accounts for our baby. Then you, as a user, go through the quiz where you answer different questions about your baby to come to put together the first resume. Obviously, these are all the types of cards that exist that we designed, but that's not such a long quiz. Like a quiz consists of 10 questions or so. Then the resume is being loaded. We see the preview. We add our family members here to see our resume. That's the premium version pages. That's different views of the home screen with the with one post that baby made, with a blog with useful materials here. This is like one post and comments for one post with a family, or tagging people in the photo. That's one article with useful information. This is a login flow of like when you want to create new event, you get to put in the title, description, some photos, videos, and so on. That's the page where you choose your category that you want to put in. And now like it goes in all the categories in all different colors. This is the recap from resume, like resume of months that baby had in different categories. These are some notification pages, the calendar, history, some empty pages, and basically that's it. There are more, but I've shown you the most important pages. The next step was website design and development. So here I'm going to show you, it's going to go perhaps quick. Yeah, it needed time to load. So here we highlighted the stats, the most important things that app has, and it goes so quick. We had in the second section here the comparison of other apps versus baby resume, like the old way and the new way, which is pretty good. Yeah, I like the website. You can check it out on the babyresume.com. And we go to the last stage, which is stage number 4, branding non-essentials. A quote by Casper ter Kuhle. It takes 7 hours, 11 interactions in 4 different locations to become friends with someone. I use this one to talk on how people become friends with brands. I'm sure you have some brands that you trust, like shampoo brand, or your scarf brand, or accessories brand, that you just love buying from, that you enjoy buying from, you're friends with them. And how, if you remember it and if you go back in time and you try to figure out how did I become friends with this brand, you interacted with them several times, you heard them mentioned on a podcast, you heard them in your favorite vlogger's video on or somewhere on the Instagram, you heard about it from your friends on the event, on the conference, it was worn by famous people. So you interacted with this brand in different situations, on the Instagram, in real life, on some conference, in conversation with your friend, and you saw it and you interacted with it for 7 hours, and then you remember it and you can't forget it. For example, there is, I can show you an example. In Ukraine, there is a popular brand of jewelry. It's called Tsvitaterin, and I really adored that brand for some time. Now I feel like that's so stupid. Like, I shouldn't be saying that, but I feel like it's stupid loving the brand. maybe not. I'm just in that period of non-consumerism and being mindful about purchases. So I don't feel like I need that. But I do think that Twitter has really great identity, art, authenticity, ideas behind it. Now, how did I got to know this brand? At first, I was watching one of the popular podcasts, and one of the guests or like hosts was one of the founders of that brand, and he was just wearing those jewelry, and it looked so nice, and I'm like, that's cute. And then a friend of that founder came along, and he was also wearing their jewelry, and it was like a unisex jewelry, so there were men and women and different people, and I see how it elevated their looks, no matter their age, no matter their gender, and anything. And I liked it a lot. Then they told, on one of the podcasts, they told the story of how they founded it. And they told the struggle and how imperfect that was, and how they really loved and cherished the idea and were passionate about the idea of creating that brand. So they couldn't not create it great. So it made me wonder and remember the name. Then they did some charity events that supported kids who lost their parents, or kids with different sicknesses. And I love the initiative because it shows the values of a brand, and it's not profitable. I loved it a lot. Then I saw that on people in the city, and it looked really nice. Then some of my friends were wearing the brand, and then I went to their shop and I just looked around and I discovered some of the pieces. And slowly through interacting in different places, seeing different ads, banners, Instagram posts, I became friends with the brand. That's how you do this. Now, why did I insert this quote here? We're talking right now about branding non-essentials. So essentials for app would be having app, its UI and UX design, its development of the app, its logo, its name, its the colors, the design itself, the website for promotion. But then if you make a merchandise and you sell it to people, they'll be wearing that on the streets, and it multiplies the places in which people can interact with your brand. If you do the business card and give them out, it multiplies the possibility of people's interaction with your brand. If you make a presentation, if you make a banner ad, if you do social media. So these non-essentials increase the probability of people becoming friends with you, with your brand. Let's check it out. So this is a merchandise. We had so many options for the merchandise, of quotes, of pictures that would go on the t-shirts. For now, we started only with the t-shirts that would be easy to print for baby sizes, for the different sizes, and that's just the start here. And you can see different options here. I like some of them. And then we did the presentation, the brand book, and here are some of the pages that, here is how they look like. And it would work really good for the pitching for presentations and stuff, or corporate events. Business cards, see how cute they are? Here you can even put your baby's photo on the business card, and you can scan it with the QR code, and you have the babyresume.com, the address or the website itself. And these were other options, like more minimalistic or different options of the cover or the business card. These are the thumbnails and some of the posts on the social media that we had, creative ones or not, but if you see that they're all cute, I'm proud of them. I don't know, it just makes me smile while I'm looking at them. This is the page, by the way, of the Baby Resume IG. You can subscribe right now because there are not so many posts, not so many subscribers, but the community is really great. If you are a mom, if you're about to be a mom, a dad, if you have a baby, join the community. They are posting interesting pieces of advice, relative content, and funny content, and it's great to connect with people who also raising babies and have struggle, but they are enjoying their life. So I like the page. I wanted to insert another smart moment. For a brand to grow, you need 3 elements: transparency, passion, and consistency. Now, building a brand, we started off our video with that why do you need a brand? What is a brand? Now, here we figured out that we have to pair our brand with these animated elements, with a merchandise, with business cards. We saw all the elements and all the design right now. But we have to keep going. So in order to build a brand, you need from 2 to 5 years, because you have to interact with people during 7 hours, 11 times in 4 locations, right? And it takes the time. 2 to 5 years is the average number for the brand. And it's consistency. So you just have to keep doubling down on the things that work. You have to do this passionately. When you're not honest in your branding, if you're just posting the stuff just to fill the gap, just to check, it's not gonna work. People see the things in which you put your heart in and things that you do just because you have to. And as for transparency, it's about being a bit more you, a bit more real, a bit less fake. I am guilty of doing that. For the past couple of months, I haven't been transparent of what's going on in the agency. I'll fix that. But now I'm opening up about the project that has lasted for like 1 year for us and for me. And it's cute to show you the Berezhna right now. I'm glad. That's why I'm showing you again the client's feedback as to proof that everyone is happy with the result that we did. Proud to show you this.
Anna has an incredible ability to take what's in your head and turn it into something real. When we started working with her, our brand existed more as a feeling than a finished product, and she completely understood that. She listened deeply and asked thoughtful questions and somehow translated all that emotion into a brand that finally felt whole. She didn't just execute, she partnered with us, cared about the details, and she treated our project, Baby Resume, like it truly mattered. What she created feels so aligned with who we are and what we're building, and we are forever grateful to have worked with her. Thank you, Anna. Our app wouldn't have been where it is today on the App Store if it wasn't for you.
Interesting fact that when I started working on the Baby Resume, I didn't fully believe in the project. The reason was we were a bit unorganized with the co-founder of the app, Yael. We kept rescheduling the calls. We were unsure about what is happening, and it wasn't perfect. And I wasn't sure in the idea, but only when we built the mascots, the logo, the branding, and we, for the second time, compared our brand to the competitors on the market, the other apps. You can check it out, other baby apps. Really, I won't be putting names in here and gossiping too much, but I looked at those apps on the market and I was so proud of what we have built, and I was sure that our branding is number 1 on the market. It will require some time for the app to become really popular and for the brand to be built, but we've put a really good foundation and I'm proud of what we did. And after comparing which is a stupid way to build your self-esteem, but I just raised the expectations even higher and belief in the brand even higher. So thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching the case. You can also check the case on the Behance. Here I'll show the thumbnail or the link in the description as well. I am the founder and CEO of TOO.BADASS branding agency again, and we are not making your brand great and good looking. We are making your brand the only one in the niche that would be totally different, totally on the other level as Baby Resume compared to other baby apps. We have 2 uniquenesses. One, a designer works on your project at a time. He won't be distracted by other projects, and visuals are aligned across platforms. So we do the branding, the brand identity, the product design, website design, merchandise, and other things, all aligned, all in one project, so that You won't have to hire different people and you won't have to struggle with that. You can also follow us on Instagram, TOO.BADASS, and on other platforms. We are everywhere, TOO.BADASS. And if you ever want to build the app, you can text us. We love creating art and great things for businesses that help people. See you in the next video. Bye.